welcome to Get Gardening at East Ruston. I'm Ian Roofe, and we're going to look in this session at summer pruning of espalier fruit trees. Now, as you will see here next to me, we've got part of the apple walk at East Ruston, and we've got a variety of apple trees in here, all of which are espalier-trained. Now, espalier is a French term, and it relates to the way that the fruit tree's branches, as you can see, are taken down at a horizontal level where possible to restrict the flow of sap. And by doing that, we get clusters of hormones which congregate in these shoots and these buds. And it means that rather than getting just fruit on the ends of the branches, as you will see here, we get fruit right the way along the branch, and it gives us a much more productive tree. Now, the process of sort of training these from an early age is to buy what we call a whip or a feathered maiden, and you get them from your local garden centre or nursery. Ideally bare root, and they are a single stem, if it's feathered, with side shoots coming off it, and that's the ideal way to start something off like this. This plant here is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'd probably take about 7 years to have trained it, but it's been at East Ruston for much longer. And in order to keep it productive and to keep it looking good, we have to undertake pruning. Just once a year is fine for this. You can do it up to mid-August, but no earlier in the season when the tree is putting on growth. Now, as you will see looking at it, we've got lots of what we call these water shoots. So lots of extension growth that the tree has put on at this time of year. And now we want to reduce these water shoots back. I've got my secateurs, handy pair of okatsunis here which I use. And what we're going to do is, you'll see this is this year's growth. So you can see how much the tree's put on. It's put on up to about 2 feet of growth there nearly, okay? And in order to get this to be productive next year, we are going to take this year's growth back, as you will see in there, to about 4 or 5 buds there from the main framework. You can go back harder, but I tend to work to 4 or 5 buds just as an insurance policy. If we happen to get any dieback in this shoot, and it can sometimes happen, then it just ensures that if the stem does die back very slightly, it's got other buds there that won't get damaged. It's very rare that that happens with apples because they are very good, but just in case. And also, you would have noticed I made a slanting cut. Very, very important to get a slanting cut, and it's always just above a leaf node. So it's above the point where the leaf is growing out of the stem. You can see it there, look, there we are. So there's where the leaf stalk comes out from the stem, and we made a slanting cut just above it. And that means that the buds below that will then swell quite nicely, and they will become fruiting spurs, nice plump buds which will produce blossom next spring. And it also means that that shoot won't die back into the plant. The actual bud is like a little stop point. It's a little layer of cells where no dieback can go further into the plant. We'll have to carry on with this plant, and we'll have to take out all these shoots that are growing away from the main framework of the plant, as you will see. You can see what happens is that once we start doing that, we start to open up the plant as well. So you'll see here, look, we're starting to get openings in areas where the light and the air can come through, and that's also an important process involved with this job, is that we are improving air circulation around the plant, because it will help cut down, as we talked about in previous when we were talking about the greenhouse, it helps cut down with fungal issues and mould and the fruit actually rotting on the plant. So if you can carry out these tasks on your espalier fruit trees, you'll have a bumper crop next year. Hey!